Hey yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Tylarious, and in this video I'm going to be talking about and breaking down the most recent Q3 earnings call from Take2. If you guys don't know, Take2 is the company that owns our favorite company, Rockstar Games, which makes Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, Bully, Midnight Club, all these other games that we really enjoy. They also own 2K Games. They own Zynga. And this video, I'm going to try and do my best to break this down for you so you understand and kind of talk about the future of not only Take-Two, but Rockstar Games as well, and kind of where I see this going and kind of forecasting and foreshadowing. There's some positives, but there's also a lot of negatives in this that I took away from the earnings call. I do have the whole live stream up on my channel. You can check out the live stream. But let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so first, a couple of things I want to talk about. This is some pretty just interesting information, as you see with this graphic right here. An estimated 3.2 billion global video game players in 2022, 4% total global video game players. That CAGR stands for Compound Annual Growth Rate, expected from 2021 to 2024. Average gamer is 31 years old. That's pretty crazy. 653 million hours of gameplay watched across Twitch and YouTube and Facebook gaming in 2021. Right now in the chat, I want you to tell me how many days that is. Do the math. Comment how many days is 653 million hours. All right, that's each week, okay? And then check this out. Interactive entertainment market estimated at $241 billion in 2022. Interactive entertainment is the number one entertainment vertical. So that means, let me put this into perspective here. Gaming is bigger than movies and music combined. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's crazy. There were nearly 90 billion mobile game downloads in 2022, and we'll talk more about the whole mobile scene here. And the mobile gaming market estimated $137 billion in gross bookings in 2022. Some interesting stats from our two favorite games here. Grand Theft Auto, the franchise, has sold 395 million units. It just keeps selling. Grand Theft Auto 5 alone has sold another 5 million units in the last quarter. That's 3 months, for a whopping 175 million units sold to date. That's insane. All right, best-selling game for the past 10 years in the US, based both on unit and dollar sales. The Red Dead franchise is now at 70 million units, and Red Dead 2 now accounts for 50 million units of that. I mean, that's insane. I don't know why they're not giving that game more love. But again, if you check the Steam charts, there's only like 2,700 people playing at any given time. So that's probably why right there. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and get nerdy with this and talk about some of the financials with Take-Two. And it was kind of bleak. The actual earnings call was not that positive. But let's go ahead and look at the numbers here. So for the Q3 results summary, for the management results, their guidance... well, they didn't meet their guidance. Okay, as you see right here, you have a guidance and you have an actual. For their net bookings, they were down from upwards of 1,460,000,000 down to 1,383,000,000. So their guidance was at 125% for recurrent current consumer spending growth. They only hit 117%, and their digital delivered net bookings is down from 80% to 72% as the actual. And just to help you guys understand, net bookings basically is just a fancy term for all of their products that they sell, their services, digital, hard copy, across all companies and platforms. It's basically just what they're selling, right? So that's what it is. The bottom left quarter right here, you got the Q3, the financial summary, and again they're down on the GAAP net revenue, operating expenses, net income is about in the range, and then their EPS, or earnings per share, is at a 91-cent loss. So, it's kind of bleak over there. And if you go to the bottom right corner, that box right there, it's talking about the fiscal 2023 guidance and what their prior guidance was and what they have revised it to be. So net revenue, previously they thought it'd be upwards of 5,510,000,000, now down to as low as 5,240,000,000. Operating expenses are going to be a little bit lower as well. Net loss is going to be higher, and the EPS is going to be higher, upwards almost at $4.50 per share for the year. So that's pretty bleak. That's not good. So a rough, quarter three and a rough fiscal 2023. Now, moving on to these two graphics right here, this is where I think that Take-Two is having the biggest disconnect and where they are struggling. Okay, the top graphic shows Take-Two's net bookings, and they're diversified across various platforms. So, as you see here, though, console is still 71% of their gross bookings. PC is 17, mobile is 12. Now, while mobile is increasing, right, from 2018 to 2022, it's not overwhelming console, and it still hasn't caught up to PC yet. You could basically lump console and PC together for net bookings. It's hardware. It's an actual stay-at-home type kind of medium versus the mobile medium, right? But the graphic on the bottom is the market opportunity. And as you see from the key at the bottom, the mobile is the dark green color. And 2022 onwards to 2026, mobile is the dominant global opportunity for the video game market. And as you see, digital console, digital PC, and physical software console plus PC aren't even they're barely half of what it is for mobile. So the global market has a huge mobile opportunity for growth. Take-Two, however, is not able to tap into that. And the reason why, even with the purchase of Zynga and them just pushing the hell out of mobile with this their Zynga acquisition, you have to understand the bread and butter of Take-Two is Rockstar Games and 2K Games. Those are not mobile type. The player base is not a mobile player base. They're a console and PC player base. And that's going to be very difficult to change that. And Strauss Zelnick has talked about that in these earnings calls. He says, we are a console and PC player based company. That's who we are. It's very difficult to make that transition because you know how gamers are, right? But moving on to the future and where they think they're going here, and as you look at this graphic, you'll notice that they've increased from quarter three fiscal year 2022 to 2023 in their net revenue, their net bookings on the bottom side of that same. But what I see that's very interesting is that fiscal year 23 for net bookings and net revenue, they are anticipating a major jump from 3.5 billion all the way up to possibly 5.29 billion on not only the revenue but upwards of 5.25 billion on the net bookings. So they see something, or they're anticipating something very large going into 2023 and 2024. All right. This is where I'm a little worried, though, and I think this is kind of where they are going to get to this expanse in not only income but in their bookings. Okay, this is their promoting engagement and growth in recurrent consumer spending. Recurrent consumer spending, RCS, is basically microtransactions, shark cards. You're buying in-game stuff, right? So you got on the left, you see what they're going to be doing for mobile. Enhance live services across the entire Zynga portfolio, including legacy Take-Two mobile games, create new games, expand hyper casual, pursue high growth in emerging mobile markets, grow advertising, test new business models, and explore select mobile M&A opportunities. Where it really bothers me, though, is on the console PC side. And the first line is setting off alarms already. Drive virtual currency sales in existing games with NBA 2K and Grand Theft Auto Online, the two largest individual contributors to RCS, or recurrent consumer spending. So microtransactions, GTA Plus, but what is their definition of drive? What does that mean, right? How are they going to do that? Moving on to the second bulletin point, create add-on content for key titles, including season passes and DLC packs. That worries me. A season pass in GTA, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't Call of Duty, and a lot of people don't like that anyways. And then DLC packs. When you start splitting the player base with DLCs, it leads to a downfall in the player base. But Grand Theft Auto has had success with that in the past. Think of the Bout of Gay Tony. Think of the Lost and the Damned. That could be a possible route they go. Could be bad. Could be good on that. Develop a post-launch monetization plan for each new title in our pipeline. So any new game coming out, you want Bully, it's going to have microtransaction. It's going to have a Bully Plus, right? You want Midnight Club, same thing. They're going to have that out the gate. Deliver select free-to-play console games. That's just a no-brainer. Free-to-play, but pay-to-win, And then the last one, bring select mobile titles to console PC. And that right there just reaffirms my theory and, this whole entire concept of, they're trying to integrate into mobile, but they know they're a console player base. So they're going to take their mobile games and the ones they think will work, push them over to console to see if they're going to have success that way. And by doing that, you're going to, have an infusion and you're splicing and making a hybrid player base that way. That's not a bad idea, but that then leads to mobile practices in the console player base market, and that we're already seeing that with subscription services. We have Amazon Prime with GTA, which should have been the original GTA Plus. We've got GTA Plus now. You've already got microtransactions. You've got like 3 or 4 different currency types in Red Dead, and none of them are really, don't work. So that's just, they have to be very careful with that. But they are trying so hard to make this mobile side work, but they are forgetting who they really are. Take-Two is forgetting what they own. They own the best console player base in the world. I mean, just go back to the beginning of the video and just look at the graphics and the numbers from Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar alone. And then you add 2K on top of that, And there's nothing wrong with Take-Two wanting to expand and get into other markets and make money, but don't lose sight on who got you here, right? And don't try and combine and turn console games into mobile games with the mobile pay-to-win tactic. It's just, we see through it. We do. We honestly see through it. But there you have it. I hope this video kind of helped out and helps you understand what goes on in these earning calls or what these numbers are. I hope I did my best in explaining some of this stuff and not getting too technical. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel for the ills, the reals content in the game. Smash that like button. See you guys in the next one. All right, peace out. Yeah.